So, is it actually legal to live in a caravan full-time in the UK? Or am I about to get kicked off site? Well, the short answer is yes, it is absolutely legal and legitimate to live in a caravan full-time. However, it's not quite as simple as it should be. Because when I first started looking into this, I just thought I could buy some land, plonk my caravan on it, and I'm golden. Well, it turns out that's not quite true, unfortunately, because you need planning permission for that. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that have done that and are doing that and are getting away with it, and fair play. And we've all heard the myth about finding some friendly farmer who will let you site your caravan on their land for a bit of pocket money. Again, it's become an urban legend, because that too needs planning permission. And there's something else that came up in the comments of my last video that I also feel like I need to address. This whole moving every 28 days thing. You see, that comes from the planning regulations, and it's more about the landowner and his rights on his land rather than you being a tenant on the land, if you get me. Because you're allowed to spend 28 days in a caravan on your own land for recreational purposes. So when you hear the mate down the pub saying, yeah, but you've got to move every 28 days, well, that's not true. Because after 28 days a year, that too falls under planning permission. So what is a legal way of living like this? Well, the cleanest and easiest way is to find yourself a residential park. I mean, they are about. They're very rare, but they are out there. But in my experience, when I was looking, most of them have a waiting list and aren't particularly keen on taking on new clients. And the other caveat with that, obviously, is that if you are permanently based on a site, then you become liable to council tax. And the next fully legitimate option is to gain some form of employment as a caravan park warden. That often includes accommodation rights. Now, there are websites out there where you can look for these type of jobs. Just stick it into Google. I had a look myself, and if I'm being honest, if my work situation changed at all, then it's something that I would consider. But for me, at the moment, that's not what I'm planning to do. So, how am I getting away with it? Well, the site that I'm on has a license to be open 365 days a year, and I have a seasonal pitch. So technically I can't live here for 52 weeks of the year, but that's not a problem to me because I have to be off site for 6 weeks a year. And with how I built my life to be like this, 6 weeks a year is easily done because I plan to be out of the country for more than 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's a no-brainer. Now, there is a caveat in that in itself. I have to have a residential address to be able to have the contract for my seasonal pitch here. And I'm very fortunate that I've got a very close friend that doesn't mind me using his address as a care of address, which is kind of a grey area, but still legal. Again, if you were doing this yourself, then first and foremost I'd ask a family member or a friend, but bearing in mind, if they're claiming any type of benefits, then it could have an impact on them. But for me, that's not an issue. And yeah, I am very, very fortunate. Now, when I first started living in the caravan, I did try to go under the radar a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I actually sighted this in a car park. It was a locked car park, fine, but it soon became apparent that when I was reading through the legislation that that is not legal. And it didn't take me very long to find this place. And I found this place by chance through a family member, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. if that makes sense. And then in my last video, I got a comment from a chappie that had done this before and basically said that I was delusional because he'd been there, done that, and he said that prices will go up and he was priced out of it. Well, I'm not going to lie, this guy has a point, because nothing is permanent. I mean, site fees do go up and rules change, and even the policy on the park that you're on changes, and you've got to be aware of that. This lifestyle that I'm living isn't bulletproof, but it works for me right now, and I wouldn't change that for the world. At the end of the day, when I was living in the house, I was on borrowed time because I was falling further and further into debt with my landlord, whereas now that doesn't happen. And then, yeah, do you know what? If they did ask me to leave at some point, well, it's got wheels, so I will just move somewhere else. It's not rocket science for me. And like I say, I'm going to be doing a lot more travelling now. I have a bit more expendable cash. So you've only got one life, and for me, I'm very much, that's kind of the reason why I chose to live like this, because I was fed up of paying my rent or trying to pay my rent and getting nowhere. Well, now I've got a trip booked in 2 to 3 weeks' time that I'm so excited for. I can't wait, and obviously you'll be coming along with me, but that's an whole other issue. Anyway, yeah. So is it legal? Well, yes, it is legal. Is it simple and straightforward? Well, no, it isn't, but that's just life for you, ain't it? And would I do it again? In a heartbeat, absolutely. Before I go, somebody said that I was a miserable loner on the last video, and that did make me quite chuckle, to be honest, because I'm quite okay being a loner. It suits me fine because it's less drama, and honestly, I've had enough drama in my life to last me a lifetime. So anyway, I hope you found this interesting, enjoyable, or it's finally cured your insomnia. But if you have enjoyed it, then if you could just give it a quick like, and if you haven't subscribed, it doesn't cost you anything, it just helps me out massively. And can I just have a quick last word and say absolutely thank you so much for everybody that commented and liked and subscribed after the last video. I have read every single comment, and it's given me a lot more ideas for the content coming up. But for now, I think I've taken enough of your time, so see you again. Bye.